What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and what do the Indianapolis Colts need to do this offseason to take that next step? Obviously, they took a step back, they didn't make the playoffs. So, what do they need to do this offseason to not only make the playoffs next year, but maybe win the AFC South? I'm going to get into that in this video, but before I do that, if you're new or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon. That way you're notified whenever I upload a video or when I go live. If you like this video, smack that like button. Let me know down in the comments below what you would do. And also, if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at horseshoe_pod. There's a link in the description down below. So, like I said earlier, as we all know, Colts did not make the playoffs. Very unfortunate, and to me, with all the talent on that team, it's unacceptable that they didn't make the playoffs, and it's unacceptable how that season ended. So, what do I think they need to do this offseason to make the playoffs again and win the AFC South? I'm going to get into that in this video. So, I'm not going to talk about Carson Wentz much in this video because I made my opinion clear as far as what the Colts should do with Carson Wentz if an opportunity came up. But I do think, as far as the quarterback position goes, it would be wise to bring in a veteran quarterback for, a good price that would work for both sides and bring them in to compete for that starting position with Carson Wentz. I believe Wentz will win the starting job, but I don't think it's a bad idea to bring in somebody like Mitch Trubisky or Tyrod Taylor, somebody like that can compete with Carson Wentz who has experience. So, as far as quarterbacks go, maybe bring in a veteran. That's kind of at the bottom of my list, in all honesty, with everything I'm going to talk about in this video. But bringing in a veteran wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Now, what I think the Colts need to do this offseason to take that next step is they need to address the wide receiver position. They need to add a true number two wide receiver to play alongside Michael Pittman Jr. that can be a game changer for the passing offense. Adding a guy like Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Mike Williams, Michael Gallup, and I know a lot of Colts fans are probably not going to be a fan of this name if they were on the Colts, Juju Smith-Schuster. Now look, I know a lot of Colts fans don't like the idea of adding Juju Smith-Schuster on our team because of the TikToks and all the other things, but here's the thing, guys. When he was a number two receiver in Pittsburgh with Antonio Brown, he was awesome. Had nearly 1,500 receiving yards. I mean, he was really, really good. So I feel like if he's in a situation where he's not the number one guy, I think he could do really good things on the team. Honestly, he's not my number one target when it comes to receivers. I would prefer to get a guy like Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Mike Williams over him. But if those three end up going to another team and Juju's willing to come to Indy and it works for both sides contract wise, yeah, I would absolutely take Juju Smith Schuster. Like, easily, without a doubt. I would definitely take him. So, got to address the wide receiver position. You got to get somebody who can be a good number two receiver that can play well in our offense. I think Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Mike Williams, Juju Smith Schuster, Michael Gallup, those are all guys I would definitely consider. Another thing we're going to have to do this offseason is add another tight end. Look, I love Jack Doyle. I really do. If Jack Doyle was willing to come back for another year, I would bring him back. No problem at all. He doesn't drop the ball very often. He's reliable. I like Jack Doyle. He's been good to us. I would absolutely bring him back, but I get the feeling he's going to retire. So we're going to have to add another tight end. Honestly, I would really, really like us to go after Mike Gesicki. I think Mike Gesicki in this offense could be a lot of fun. He's going to be a free agent. He's only 26 years old, so he's got plenty of years left in him. I think he's underrated. So I think adding Mike Gesicki to this offense would give Carson Wentz or whoever's going to be quarterback next year another weapon to use on offense. So I would love to get Mike Gesicki. If not him, adding somebody like Zach Ertz wouldn't be a bad idea either. Zach Ertz, if we get him, there's already that experience and chemistry with Carson Wentz. He proved that he can still contribute and do good things on offense. So adding him wouldn't be a bad idea either. So going after a tight end this offseason to me is probably going to be a must. We also need to get that left tackle situation figured out. Whether it's drafting somebody in this year's draft or signing somebody in free agency like a Cam Robinson or a Taron Armstrong, we have to figure that position out. We just have to. We cannot enter this upcoming season with questions at left tackle. We got to know we're good to go and we're set because it is one of the most important positions in all of football. I don't think Eric Fisher is going to be the long-term answer. It doesn't sound like it's going to be anyway. So we need to get that spot figured out. Like I said, whether it's going to be signing somebody in free agency or drafting somebody, that is something we got to get figured out. And we got to get it figured out quick, for sure. If we're going to stick with Eric Fisher, we got to come up with that quick. If we're going to go with Matt Pryor, we got to come up with that quick. Point is, that has to get figured out and has to get figured out as soon as possible. So now we're going to move on to the defense. And really, there's not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to the defense. But one thing I think the Colts need to improve on with the defense is the ability to get pressure on the quarterback. It is definitely one of, if not the most important thing we're going to have to do this offseason. We got to go after guys in free agency. They're going to be able to come in whenever Kwity Paye has to sit or Dio Dingbo or whoever else is potentially starting. They need to come in and they need to contribute and do good things. I think Kwity Paye is going to improve next year. I like Kwity Paye a lot. I think Dio is going to improve next year as well. So I don't think there's going to be that big of a problem when it comes to getting pressure on the quarterback, but I still think we need to bring guys in, and I do think we need to bring back Kamoko Toure and Taekwon Lewis. And the final thing I think we need to do on our defense is we need to add more depth to the secondary. I like our starters a lot. I like Rocky Sin. I like Kenny Moore, Isaiah Rodgers, Julian Blackman, Kari Willis. I like them very, very much. But when those guys got hurt, you could tell that the guys coming in for them weren't quite as good. And I feel like it affected how our secondary played. So I think adding more guys to our secondary would be key. Obviously, bring back George Odom. I think he did more than enough to earn another contract. So I would definitely bring George Odom back for sure. But you got to add more corners, got to add more safeties. Point is, add to the depth. That way, whenever somebody gets hurt, which hopefully they're not, or whenever somebody has to, go off the field for a breather, we can bring one of our depth pieces in and, we won't really see an impact negatively wise. So that's going to do it for today. Again, things I think the Colts should do to take that next step this offseason is add to our receivers, add another tight end, get the left tackle situation figured out, find a way to improve our ability to get quarterback pressures, add depth to the secondary, and then get a veteran quarterback if all those things check off and you got a little extra money. Get a veteran quarterback to add some competition for Carson Wentz. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button. Also click the bell icon, that way you're notified whenever I upload a video or go live. If you like this video, smack the like button. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What else would you do? Let me know down below. And if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at horseshoe_pod. There's a link in the description down below. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, bleed blue, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you watch one of these other two videos. They're cool. Also, if you're new, please click the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. I greatly appreciate your support.